All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. This is Mazan Ban Yashayala, coming out of the GMS Lions Den camp. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there around the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth and sincerity, and also the few Akwaf Yim that follow after their husbands and the few children, you know what I'm saying, that's out there also, that believing in the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. Today I wanted to do a quick lesson on basically this devil trying to take us out, man. The so-called white man. He's as the devil is as a roaring lion seeking who he can devour, man. And it's been like that since the times of old, since the generations of old, man. That's why the things are written aforetime is for our learning. You know what I'm saying? Romans 15:4. It's for our learning, man, because you know what I'm saying, this so-called white man, which he come from the seed of Esau, he's been trying to destroy us, and he since the time of Jacob and Esau, cause Esau said when his dad Isaac dies, he's gonna slay his brother Jacob, man, and that's what you have been seeing, and it was warned in Rebecca's womb, man. They've been our enemy, you know what I'm saying? They are natural born enemies, man, and you can clearly see it. Just look at the history, man. You got to consider the history. The scriptures tell you to do so. So how you going to believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who the world instantly calls God, Jehovah, and Allah, and his son, who the world instantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai? You know what I'm saying? How you going to believe into them, in them, and you're not even believing in their word, man. You're not believing on prophecies that the scriptures speak of, man, because that's how we know who's today, man. By going into the prophecies, by looking into the generations of old, by going into the ancient history all the way to up to history to now, man. That's how you be able to discern the times and tell who's who. You know what I'm saying? You have to do those things, man. You have to study yourself approved. But, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother topic. But like I was saying, man, this devil is like a roaring lion seeking who he can devour. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man is trying to take out you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because y'all the ones that make up the 12 tribes of Israel, man. He's been, Esau doing the same thing that he said he was going to do when his dad Isaac dies, man. He ain't doing nothing but what he already set forth was to do, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the negative vibration on the earth. And the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, also the confusion of faces, whose seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be the positive vibration on the earth, but 2/3 of our people want to follow their father, the devil, which is the so-called white man, and be part of that negative vibration instead of the positive. You know what I'm saying? On this side, that's why you got to be cleansed with this nuclear fire. You know, that fire and brimstone that Revelation speaks of. You know what I'm saying? That Malachi speaks of. You know, Second Esdras. So forth and so on, man. It speaks of these nuclear missiles, them arrows being shot from these other foreign countries over here on America, man. It's prophecy. It's in there. And you have to know that Yahweh Shai is the power of prophecy, man. So let me get into my lesson, man, because basically, like I say, he's trying to, what I'm saying, the so-called white man, which is the devil, is trying to take us out, man. That's why you got a liquor store on every corner, man. He's trying to get us physically drunk, and you got a Christian church on every corner. He's trying to get us drunk in philosophy as well, man. He want us to take parts of that Council of Nicaea, which Constantine pushed forward this Christianity doctrine. Yes, you know what I'm saying, he was a Jake. Constantine was a Jake. You know what I'm saying? He understand that the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was the powers of all powers, but he wanted his idols, man. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to continue to call himself a Rome and stick to his idols and be a pagan. Just like our people, 2/3 of our people today, man, they want to be African American. They want to be Latino, Native American. They want to be not Japanese, but Jamaican and Haitian. They want to be these things, man. You know what I'm saying? They want their idols. You know what I'm saying? You can teach them that they the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and they can read it up on it for themselves. But would they consider it? No. You know what I'm saying? They just like Constantine, man. They know of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but they want to add their idols into that. Okay, with that being said, man, let me go on with my first scripture, man. Because you know Esau is trying to kill us because he won't tell you that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel. You don't supposed to be eating certain things. You're supposed to be following the dietary law. That those 613 laws was given unto you, man. And this is one of the biggest things with our people today. They don't want to put that swine. They don't want to leave the swine alone. They don't want to put that down. All they crabs, lobsters, and oysters and shrimp. And they mussels and crawfish. They don't want to put these things down. Or they catfish. They want to put these things down. And the scriptures clearly tell us not to eat these things, man. And we are the children of Israel. We the ones that went in slavery, man, on cargo slave ships. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Negroes. And you know the Native Americans and the Northern tribe, they was already over here to the Americas. You know what I'm saying? They was over here in the Caribbeans also, what they call the Caribbeans today. They was already over here. You know what I'm saying? They was enslaved too. They got killed, they got robbed, killed, and murdered too. Just like the so-called Negroes did. Our spirit bear witness that we are the children of Israel, man. Because we the only ones that's fitting those curses in the prophecies. Okay, this is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though it divideth the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he chew not the cud, he is unclean to you. Come. And it says the swine. Everybody that don't know what swine is, you should look it up. If you go look it up, it will tell you that's a pig, man. You know, a boar. That's a pig, man. Even though it divide the hook, it got the hook. It divide the hook. It got the divider between its toe. You know, just like a deer. You know what I'm saying? That it's still unclean. It's unclean. It's still unclean to you because it chews not the cud. It doesn't chew the grass of the field, man. It don't eat its greens. It eats anything. It's like a walking garbage disposal. I'm talking about the pig. You know what I'm saying? It eats anything. It'll eat you. You know what I'm saying? So, and it doesn't have any sweat glands. So therefore, it can't digest anything. So everything it eats, and you cook it and eat it, that you eating that thing too. I don't care how much you pray over it, how much you boil it, and heat it and try to, you know, how much you boil it and try to cleanse it and clean it. You cannot clean something that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said is unclean, man. It don't matter what you do to it. If you say you prayed over it and it's clean and you boiled it and it's clean, you making Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua a lie, man. You're not making us liars because all we doing is preaching his word and we trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? We giving you warning. You know, warning comes before destruction, right? Okay, verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you, so you should eat pig, man. You should eat swine. You know what I'm saying? It's unclean unto us, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Also, you confusion of faces. Who bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your dead side, man. According to the books of Numbers. You know what I'm saying? 1 and 18. And you can't even touch a pig's carcass, man. So you shouldn't be even out there tossing a pig skin, which they call a football, man. Because it's made of a pig carcass. You shouldn't be touching a lot of these brushes out here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's made of boar hair. So forth and so on, man. You should look into things and read the menus. And look at ingredients. Okay, verse 9. These shall ye eat of that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins nor scales in the sea and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So it's letting you know, man, everything that has scales and fins is clean, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the seafood. Things that have scales and fins. That's the things that you can eat. It's seafood. You know what I'm saying? Food is things that you can eat, man. Seafood is not no goddamn crabs, lobsters, and shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Or no mussels or no crawfish. That's not seafood. That's sea waste. You know what I'm saying? That's sea disposals. That's a garbage can, man. A shrimp is a garbage can. A crab is a garbage can. A lobster, garbage can. You know what I'm saying? Crawfish, garbage can. You know what I'm saying? Oysters, so forth and so on. If it don't have skins and scales, man, scales is a garbage can, man. You don't supposed to be eating no damn catfish. It don't have no damn scales. You know what I'm saying? All the fish that has fins and scales, you want to eat the ones that don't have it. And it ain't that many of them. You want to eat shark and shit. You know what I'm saying? Jake is just, Jake can eat anything, man. Just like they used to give us back in, just like they used to give us back in slavery, man. They used to give us the scraps. You know what I'm saying? Jake took that and made it soul food. Y'all try to make the best out of shit that you don't need to make the best out of, man. In the end, it's gonna get you destruction, man. Cause look what came upon us when we ate these things: high blood pressure and diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Those are sicknesses that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua say will become upon us if we don't do his will, man. We don't do his law, statutes, and commandments. Things that ain't written in the book will come upon us, and that's high blood pressure and diabetes. That's one of them. That's two of them. They came upon us, just like the smallpox with the Gadites, man. The northern tribe, the Reubenites, all of them, man. That was over here when Esau came over here and gave them that blanket, man. You know what I'm saying? They got smallpox from it. And all the other diseases the so-called white man brought with him, man. That's how he got us. He plagued us. But it was all in the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, because we didn't want to hearken and listen. Okay, we covered that because you got a crab, lobster, you got a shalaki, you got a seafood, you know what I'm saying, restaurant on every corner. But the seafood restaurant have all the sea trash cans in it, what I just named. It don't have no fish with scales and fins in it. They probably have like one or two that do, but it's way more fish with scales and fins than it is without, man. But they'll have two fish with scales and fins, and the rest are abominable things, man, and call it seafood. That's one way the so-called white man put death on every corner, man. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call this lesson death on every corner. Okay, now let's go into something else. How this so-called white man put death on every corner, man. You know what I'm saying? He put I'm gonna just say the liquor store, man. You know what I'm saying? He want to get us, because with the Gadites, man, that was heavy, you know what I'm saying, with them. You know what I'm saying? They heavy with drinking. You see it throughout the whole northern tribe, but especially the so-called Native American Indian, man, which are the Gadites, man. That's what they gave them. They gave them alcohol, man, for their sorrows after everything that the so-called white man have done to them. It ain't nothing that you could give back to us to repay what you have done, man. That's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna step in and you know what I'm saying, and give you back according to what you have given, man. That's why you reap what you sow, just like the scripture says. Okay, now let me cover your so-called churches, man. Because all that came out of the NASA, you know what I'm saying, it came out of that council, man, that they have in Nicaea, man. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff come out of the Roman Catholic Church, man, which we all know are pagans. Okay, this is the book of Acts. (7 and 48). Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet, heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Lord? Or what is the place of my rest? Have not my hand made all these things? Con. And you know what I'm saying? So therefore, he say, saith the prophets, to let you know that all the prophets before us prophesied against these so-called churches, man. These synagogues. It's all the same thing, man. A place that they go in and worship. They just changed the name, man. That's how that's how the so-called white men do. You know what I'm saying? Through time, he changed names of things, just like he changed his name. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want to keep calling themselves Greeks and Romans. So they start calling themselves the so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? They call themselves the Americans and all this stuff, man. But we all have a history, and we all have places that we originate from. But the so-called white man, he went out deceiving all the nations, man, and that was his light. That's what he was created to do, to create stumbling blocks for the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. You know what I'm saying? But 1/3 is not going to fall into that. The 144,000 men and the 1/3 women and children, and the confusion of faces. You know what I'm saying? And the men, that's part of the 1/3 as well. And he said heaven is his throne and earth is his footstool. So what house would you build him, man? What's his place of rest? Ain't he much bigger than that building, man? He say heaven is his throne, so he's sitting up in his throne in the heavens, man. Earth is his footstool. You know what I'm saying? His spirit is even too wide to even be to that building, man. To let you know, man, that's not the temple that he says he dwell. And I got a quick precept, you know what I'm saying, to go even further to more in that. This is Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. Okay, let me go to verse 5. For if ye Shalaka, let me read this verse over. This is on Jeremiah chapter 4. Chapter 7, verse 4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. So basically in Jeremiah, he's telling us, man, not to trust in lying words saying the temple of the Lord. So when they tell you that church is the temple of the Lord, man, they're lying, man. That's not the temple of the Lord, because we just read in the New Testament that he dwells not in temples made with hands. And we went back for a precept in the Old Testament in Jeremiah 7 and 4 to he let them know not to trust in lying words to say the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord. So therefore, that's to let you know that's not the temple of the Lord, and it most definitely cleared it up for you in the New Testament to let you know that the new is the old. There's nothing new, man. He comes in the volume of the book. He didn't pick and choose like you people want to do. This his word. How you gonna come up and say he made a new covenant? You know what I'm saying? But he made a new covenant and all the Gentiles and everybody else can be saved, but you cannot find a precept that say that nowhere in the scriptures. The only way you can find that precept if you twist something. Okay, and let me get one more scripture. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 16. Know ye not that know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. So you know what I'm saying, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because this is who the apostles was speaking to at the time, man. He was speaking, you know what I'm saying, upon the children of Israel, man. The confusion of faces, you know what I'm saying, the Gentile foreigners, you know what I'm saying, the ones that was in a Gentile state of mind, that was carried away from these dumb idols. Verse 17, if any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy. Which temple are ye? So which temple are you, man? If you talking about a damn building that was made with man's hands, you know what I'm saying, is the temple of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, you are the synagogue of Satan, man. If you believe that is the church of the Most High when he telling you that your body is the temple of his spirit, man. That's what he dwell inside of people. That's if he's dealing with you, because he do have to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Because he only chose 144,000 men on this side, and 1/3 women and children, and confusion of faces and men also in that. Also, man, he only chose 1/3 of Israel this time. But ultimately, he's going to save all Israel. You know what I'm saying? The other 2/3, they get cut off by slaughter and cut off by this hour of temptation that's coming. You know what I'm saying? They gotta come back. They gotta be born back in the kingdom through the man's loins, the 144,000 men loins, man. So, and all Israel is gonna be saved. But it's how you gonna get to the kingdom. Okay, I got one more scripture, and I hope this lesson was edifying, Akim, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Well, I got two more. Okay, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 17. Before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him. But so before man is life and death, man, that's the only two decisions you have. That's the only two paths. You can walk down that path of death or life, man. You know what I'm saying? You know that path of death is with your father the devil, the so-called white man, if you believing in everything that they say and you following after them and you believing in America standing forever, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fall with your father the devil. Okay, and life is getting that everlasting life, man. Getting that wonderful, delicious kingdom that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua promised them that love him. The 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The ones that was with him from the beginning, that believed in on him from the beginning, that Yahweh Shai chosen from the beginning, man, from the foundations of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's going to get their heart's desire, that's going to get a beautiful crown, get them white robes, and be able to sing that song that no other person can learn but the 144,000, man. Okay, for the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power. And behold of all things, the wisdom of the Lord is great, man, because his wisdom is wisdom. Because he created all these things, man. You know what I'm saying? His hands made all these things. You know, everything that you see before you. He even created the wicked, man, for the wicked day. Verse 19. And his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. His eyes are upon them that fear him, man. He's their shield, their buckler. He's going to protect his man, man. He's going to protect the man, women, and children, man. That's of his. It don't matter what we go through. All we got to do is keep the faith, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like he said, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai said unto, I believe it was Peter. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying? If you have that faith for the grain of a mustard seed, man, you can move the mountains. Verse 20. He hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. So he ain't give any man to do wickedly. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he's talking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans right now. You know what I'm saying? Man, women, and children. He ain't giving none of us license to do anything wickedly, man. So you can't be eating no damn pork, lots of shrimp and crabs, man. No crawfish and no damn catfish, man. You shouldn't be doing that. You killing your damn self, man. That's basically what you're doing. It's a dietary law for a reason, man. For you to be able to walk. You know what I'm saying? For you to be able to be healthy all your life, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know you got these older jakes out here wondering why they ride can't get up, man. Because you out there destroying your insides by eating these things. And also with you women too. Y'all wonder why you can't. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about the times of old, man. They was having babies at the age of 80 and 90. Y'all ain't doing nothing but destroying yourselves, doing exactly what the so-called white man wants you to do. That's what he's doing. He's just sitting back, and our people, 2/3 of our people, is making his job easy. Because that's what he was created to be, our enemy. And to destroy us. Y'all helping destroy us. You know what I'm saying? You got 2/3 out there killing each other and out there killing themselves by eating food, abominable foods. And feeding people abominable foods and telling them that it's okay to eat it. Okay, I got one more scripture. Like I said, I hope this lesson was edifying. And I'm gonna end it with this one. All right, this is the book of Sirach. Chapter 30, verse 25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. So they let you know. Okay, he said meat and diet. Okay, if you know what I'm saying, cardinal people, they don't understand dark sayings. You think he's saying meat and diet? Ain't the diet is what you eat? No, that meat that he's talking about right there is the things that you say out of your mouth. That's your meat. You know what I'm saying? And he said, good and cheerful heart, you know what I'm saying, will have care of his meat and diet. You will have care what you selling people. You will have care if you telling people to eat abominable things and telling people it's okay to get tattoos. You will be okay, you know what I'm saying? You will have care to tell people not to commit adultery. And tell a woman she can't have more than one rod. You know what I'm saying? You would be careful in telling people these things, because you know you got the ones that's out there to say, okay, he's acting crazy. You know what I'm saying, with the women. He's acting crazy. You might as well just go get you another man. No. You know what I'm saying? You being a whore. You don't supposed to have more than one penis in your lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And you got the one, and diet, man. That diet is the food. The meat that you eat, that we covered earlier in this lesson, man. You know what I'm saying? You will have care of not eating crab, lobsters, oysters, and shrimp. You will have care not to eat pork, man. Because that stuff ain't doing nothing but destroying y'all, man. Y'all killing yourselves. One thing I love to say, man, y'all might as well play Russian roulette, man. And go ahead and get it over with. Because once you eating those things, you know what I'm saying, you're going to die slowly. That's why you got people out here getting their toes and stuff chopped off. Because they got high blood pressure and diabetes. And it ain't doing nothing but getting worse because your doctor's not telling y'all to stop eating this stuff. Because they're just in it for the money, not to save you. So with that, man, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And citation to the Akim out there around the four corners of the earth preaching this truth and sincerity. And the few Akwaf Yam that follow after their husbands and also believing in the name of Yahweh Yahushai, and the children that do also. Shalom to the sincere man and death to America.